Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy BigPatssportsTalk. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that big blue join button to become a part of the big blue crew and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. Also go to the Big Pat Sports Shop and get your Big Pat Sports Talk merch. But let's get into some conversation. This might be a little bit of controversy here. Is Kadarius Toney rubbing this coaching staff and this team the wrong way? And is Kadarius Toney going to be a draft bust of the New York Giants, a first-round receiver taken at number 20 with the trade back? The reason why I ask these questions is not because he's injured or anything like that. But is he preparing the way that you're supposed to prepare as an NFL athlete? Is he taking it as serious as you're supposed to take it as an NFL athlete? Those are legit questions in my mind right now because of the way this team is playing. The way this team plays and the way this coaching staff want this team plays, one of the main monikers of this team is next man up. And I'm about to apologize for sounding so cliche right now, but this coaching staff wants their players to be all in. They want you to be all in your preparation. They want you to be all in for this team. They want you to be all in on effort. They want you to be all in and taking care of your body. And they want you to be all in on your playbook and everything. They want you to be all in about the New York Football Giants because they want to win. They want to win. They didn't come here, Shane and Dabo. They didn't come here to lose. They didn't come here to tank. They didn't come here to make excuses. And when I look at players like Sills, we all know that Sills is not the most talented receiver out there. But he continues to get snaps because he brings it all every single play. And as much as I'm on him about being the preseason Hulk Hogan, I do make that joke. That's a joke that I make. But what I can't make a joke about David Sills is his effort. David Sills goes out there and he gives you 100% effort no matter what. And you know what? To be honest with you, if I was a coach and the way our receivers are deficient right now, yeah, Sills will get some snaps because I know that he's going to give 100% effort no matter what the result is. And sometimes it results in pretty good plays. He came up with a key third down catch to keep a drive going to where we were able to tie the game at 20. So that brings me to Kadarius Toney. I'm a type of person that where I can actually look at people and get your vibe. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know I've talked, me and Miz have talked. Shout out to the Miz. This is another subject that me and my brother, my big blue crew brother, we talk about. And he's been pretty hard on Toney. I'll be like, hey, just calm it down. But I have to be honest with you guys. When I look at Kadarius Toney, if there was a guy to pick out of this team that's not preparing like this team wants you to prepare, it's him. If there was a guy that I would say that wasn't all in like everybody else, it's him. And I could be extremely, extremely wrong. Maybe he's just having hamstring issues and that's what's really holding him back. But I look at receivers like Stephon Diggs. I look at receivers like Steve Smith. And like, Pat, what are you talking about? Steve Smith's a Hall of Famer, and Stephon Diggs one of the best receivers in the league. Yeah, but he's in that same stature of those guys, and he actually got drafted higher than those guys. Let's say Kadarius Toney had the mindset of a Sterling Shepard. Prayers go out to Sterling Shepard and his family. He's going to give it one more try to come back and play again after a torn ACL. Man, big props to that dude. That dude's one of the heart and soul players of this team for the past 7 years. That's why he's a giant. That's why you continue to bring him back after injury, after injury, after injury, after injury. Because you know why? That dude works his ass off, man. That dude's a New York Giant, true and true. He bleeds blue. And that's not just hyping him. That dude bleeds blue. That dude is what a New York Giant is supposed to be. Even when he's on the sidelines and he's hurt, he's there like a coach. That dude loves this team, bro. Saquon Barkley loves this team. Daniel Jones would do anything for this team. High ankle sprain. Coach, I can play. Coach, let me play. Brian Daboll has to tell Daniel Jones to sit down. We're going to need you, kid. We can't afford you to get injured. And if you look at his face, he was so disappointed that he couldn't go back out there on the field. Even Darius Slayton had to take a pay cut. Had to worry about getting cut. Not knowing if he's going to play week to week. But the first time he's featured in this offense as the #1 receiver for a day, he took advantage of it because he bleeds blue. He loves this team. He knows that this team gave him a chance. He was a 5th-round pick, and this team gave him a chance to showcase his abilities. And he goes out there and he gives it his all. Richie James goes out there and gives it his all. He knows he's a special teams guy. But when we count on Richie James to make catches, he's there. Gives it his all. Is Kadarius Toney giving that effort? When you see Kadarius Toney on his fit on the Giants, does he fit in with the rest of the Giants? Can you put him in the same room with Jahad Ward to be like, yeah, those two dudes, man, they for the Giants? Can you put him in the same room with Leo Williams and say, yeah, man, those two dudes are for the Giants? Can you put him in the same room as Dexter Lawrence and say, yeah, man, those two guys are Giants? Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, Adoree Jackson, O'Shane Ximenez, Tamon Fox, Jalen Smith, Tate Crowder. Can you put him in the same room with those guys and be like, yeah, all those guys, man, they all in, man. They playing for this team. Or does Kadarius Toney, if you put him in that situation, stick out like a sore thumb? Is Kadarius Toney that guy when you look on this team like, I don't think that guy really fits in, man? And maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you come out, Kadarius Toney, in the next week or two and shut me the hell up. Actually, I challenge you to do that. But right now, when we put you alongside of all these Giants players who are playing their asses off, when I put you right by those guys, when I look, you're not on the same level as those guys as far as determination, as far as going out there on the field and producing, as far as next man up, as far as all in. And that may be rubbing some people the wrong way, bro. Because I know if you put your mind to it and you put that grind into it, dude, you're the most talented dude on the field. It rivals Saquon Barkley. It may sound crazy to some fans right now, but it does, bro. When that dude is on the field, that dude is absolutely electric. But you're going to have to learn that you can't do what you did in college and just be good with it. These are professionals, bro. This is these dudes' livelihood. This is how they eat. These are dudes who are looking to get the contract you got and guarantee money in the first round. Looking to get that on their next contract. They look at you as food, bro. They look at you as, yeah, if I could show him up a first round pick, man, I'm good on my next contract. You gotta know that. You gotta know that this is a different regime. This is not Joe Judge where everybody was like, man, looking at that dude sideways. No, you got legit coaches here now. Buy in. Because if you buy in, we might not even have to get a receiver next year. Because I believe if Slayton, you and Robinson, and even Marcus Johnson from the practice squad, good receiver if he gets a chance. If you 4 guys can go out there and buy in, no matter who the quarterback is, man, I think that we're good. But you got to buy in, bro. Your talent is immense, and it'd be a shame if it's wasted because you haven't bought in and you haven't had a mindset to go out there and dominate. You don't have a dominating mindset. To be honest with you, I just think you have a mindset of, oh, I just want to make somebody miss a couple of times. That's good, man. That's great. But where's your mindset to go out there and dominate? Where's your mindset to go out there and get in the end zone no matter what they do? Where's your mindset to go out there and be like, look, I don't care who this cornerback is. He's lunch. Where's that mindset? Because if you put that mindset out there, believe me, they are going to be lunch. You're going to be taking a lot of milk money out here on this field because you do have that ability to make anybody look silly on the field at any given moment. You do have a speed element that's a surprise speed element. Like you got an extra gear that you could kick into at any point in time. But you got to buy in, bro. This coaching staff ain't going to allow you to do that, bro. That's why you're not on the field. That's why people like Kenny Galladay are not on the field. You feel entitled to something because of your contract. It's not going to work. And I'm starting to understand why Sills was playing so much. He's selfless. He goes out there and gets the job done the best to his ability. Unfortunately for Sills, he's just not as talented as guys like you or guys like an Adam Thielen, because that's who he is going to be compared to, or Bill Schrader or Jordy Nelson, those type guys. Determination is a mother turned Cooper Kupp to just another guy to maybe the top receiver in the NFL in some people's eyes. Determination is a monster. One of the best examples I could give you is Mike Williams from the Chargers. When that dude is focused, that dude's a problem, like an absolute problem. But I've seen games when he's lack focus and he's just out there. But when that Mike Williams dude for the Los Angeles Chargers is focused and wants to be a monster, that dude's an absolute menace and can make a lot of problems on a lot of defenses. So my message is to Kadarius Toney, man, get all in, bro. And like I said, I hate to sound cliche. I know that was the moniker of our Super Bowl teams. I get it. But you got to be all in, man. This coaching staff, bro, just trust them. Just trust them. Whatever issues you've been through with coaches in the past, or whatever issues you have, I know you like to rap. That's a hobby. That's cool. But you got to understand that this football game is going to make you a top rapper, maybe one day. It's going to get your name out there to where you can put out your music and it's going to be cool. But you got your determination. When I really look at it, when I'm really just not trying to defend you, because this is one of those cases that I'm just trying to defend the player because I believe that is right. I can admit when I'm doing something, because it's really not right because you were a rookie last year, but now you're starting to get deep into your second year. And I'm seeing the same things, and I actually see that as worse this year. You got to think, man, when you were determining that Cowboys game, you set the rookie Giants receiving yards record, bro. You were determining that game. Bring that to every game. You were determined that Rams game before, you got hurt with your ankle or your foot. You were going to mash those guys that game. You were making people look silly that game before you got hurt because you were determined. And I've seen you in enough games to know when you're determined and when you're just out there. And right now, every game this season, except for one play on that reverse, you just look like you was just out there. You can't be mad if these guys come in, this new coaching staff tells everybody, hey, look, you got to earn your reps. You can't be mad at those guys. This is a new regime. All you guys are not their players. So, heck yeah, they have the absolute right to say whoever wants to play, you're going to have to come and show us that you want these reps. They have the absolute right to do that. And you can't be mad at them. Don't be like a Kenny Galladay. I think Kenny Galladay is done here with the Giants. You can't just say, oh, I got a little bit of money now, I'm good. And I can't say that you can't say that because it's your absolute right to do whatever you feel that is right. But in my honest opinion, if that's the case, bro, then just quit. Don't just go out there and collect a check just because you can do it. Bring determination to that field and be all in with this team and trust your coaches. They have shown you that they are to be respected in that Giants locker room. They have shown you that they care about these players. They have shown you they can develop players. Look at O'Shane Ximines. His name was changed to O'Shane, and that guy's playing the best football of his career right now. You got to know that this team is not about stats. This team is about team success. And a lot of teams are not going to get a bunch of stats unless you're just an extraordinary player on this team. You're not going to get a bunch of stats like that. Saquon Barkley's getting his stats because he's an extraordinary player. And I think you could be the same exact way. I believe you could be the same exact way. And once you turn into that, everybody else is going to shine, and then the stats will show. But my honest assessment of you, through all the BS, through all the things that are trying to defend you, no, I don't agree with people calling you a clown and calling you out your name and everything. But I have to start agreeing with your determination, your effort. And that's the worst thing to come into question on any football team, but especially this one because we have a whole new regime in the building. And if you're not giving determination and effort with a Coach Dabo or a Coach Wink or a Joe Shane, it's a wrap for you here, man. And maybe you do go on the greener pastures and, shine. Maybe it just was too much here with Joe Judge. Okay. But as far as you, it's like you have a trust issue with this team for some reason. And I admit Joe Judge was a lot. It was a lot on a lot of these players, but a lot of these players have shaken back and they was like, okay, Coach Dabo's the real deal. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to bust my tail for this team. I'm going to go out there and give it my all for this team. I'm going to go out there and make that extra tackle. I'm going to go out there and make that extra cut on my route. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to break an extra tackle, get a couple of extra yards to get that 3rd and 2. I'm going to give that extra effort to get these guys off the field, to get the ball back to our offense, and let's see what we can do. Do you know this team, this defense actually has trust in this offense to go out there and put up points? There's a certain pride factor that's been added to this team this year, and that's why we're 4-1. It's a certain determination that's been added to this team, and that's why we're 4-1. And that element is Coach Dabo. It's a real coach, man. Accept real coaching and go out there and be the player that we all know that you can be. It's obvious. It's obvious. We know that you can dominate. There's no reason why Riggs should have been out there overcompensating for a torn Achilles on one of his knees and blow out his knee. We should be able to bring him on slowly. But he was put out there because he outworked you. If you're going to take anything from Riggs, a.k.a. Sterling Shepard, that is determination and effort. If I could put Riggs, effort, and determination in Kadarius Toney, we might have a superstar in our hands. Because that dude gives it his all every single damn play. And that's why you respect him, even though he gets hurt year after year after year after year. That man has been through a lot, but he gives 100% to the New York Giants. No matter if he's on crutches, no matter if he's in a wheelchair, no matter if he's in a hospital, no matter if he's just on the sidelines, and no matter if he's on the field. That dude's 100% New York Giant. And he doesn't make any excuses. And if we could get that from you, Mr. Kadarius Toney, you will be one of the best players in the league. Not just receiver, players in the league. And you most definitely will be someone to be feared. But that's my message, and that's my answer to my question about Kadarius Toney. Is Kadarius Toney not determined enough? Is he not all in with the New York Giants, and is he rubbing his coaching staff the wrong way? I'm going to say just a little bit. Because I could just imagine that locker room, and you're not one of those guys that's all in. Notice that he's not in none of the videos when they're dancing and everything, because he's not there. He's not on the field. He couldn't even travel to London. Or maybe they told you don't even come. Those questions are going to be answered within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And we're going to see what the answer is, Mr. Kadarius Toney. But this video lasted a little bit longer than I thought it would. I appreciate you guys if you're still watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button. And until the next episode of New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk, man, you know what it is, man. Peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.